Welcome back to a fresh new episode of Missin Curfew Up Dog.
Big fella, what's up?
Ooh, I've just been trying to walk and swim off this fucking Thanksgiving dinner, but I just got to keep her going, I think. It was, How was your spread?
We had a good spread. I ended up roasting the turkey, smoked
You
it.
spread her just in half, like you said the week before.
I told you, we cocked the spine right out of it. And we filleted it up. It's called spatchcocked. That's what it's called.
Spatchcocked?
Yeah, so we spatchcock smoked that bitch.
Poor fucker.
It was great. We had the family over. We had Christina's, her two sisters, Jody came by, him and Bex. And
I heard.
I got my folks in town, so it was great. Although my mom came in, she's a little bit sick, a little under the weather.
Oh, no.
Kind of went through the house a little bit. So, that kind of affected it. But I tell you, I've never spent so much time sitting outside watching TV, hanging out, drinking. I'm coffee and Bailey's in the morning, followed by a quick beer and Clamato with my old man. And
Did your dad get to golf?
He did not golf. No.
That's when
But I tell you what, he did. He worked on that house.
That's when he got fit. Oh, I bet. He loved it, didn't he?
He's been back and forth to Ace Hardware. He's Home Depot. He's Bed Bath & Beyond if he had a little time.
He's a beauty.
So, no, he's been, it's been great. It's been great to have them. And I know, them getting to meet Beckham and hang out with Izzy. It's been a nice time.
Beckham, he's turning into a little tank, eh? I saw a picture of you there. You had him like this. He was tits up like I was on Thursday.
Loves watching sports.
Yeah, he's getting big.
Yeah, he likes to sit down and have a glass of vino with me.
I think he kind of looks like Christina, if you want to be honest with you right now.
He's got the dark features, yeah. Dark eyebrows. He's got a little Brento in him.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Oh, boy. My Thanksgiving was great. I had Balboa Bay Club fucking picked her up right at the members grill. Nice little, you know what I like? Those, you guys have those Hawaiian rolls on Thanksgiving, those little one jammers?
Yeah. The King's Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah. Put the turkey in there with a little gravy and mustard. I bet
That's exactly what we did.
I bet you I one-timed about, I'll be honest, 15 of those bad boys. I probably one-timed down the hatch on Thursday. Watch this game in Updog. 42 million people watched the Cowboys and Giants play on fucking Thursday.
Wow.
42 million.
42-minute bananas.
How many people do you think bet on that fucking game?
I hope a lot. I did all right this weekend.
I did a teaser in that game. I teased her down to -4 and took the over. First tease I've done all year.
Did you come out on top though?
That's the only game I bet. I was going to bet. I would have bet the Buffalo Bills and they didn't cover. Detroit should have beat them almost outright. And then the last game, I didn't really know. I hate Kirk Cousins. And I don't want to bet against Bill Belichick. And
yeah, I'm done betting on the Vikings.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't catch
much. Dalvin Cook too. I'm done betting on the Vikings.
Yeah,
they stink.
They're the worst 8-2 team ever.
I hate the purple unis too. I don't know what it is. I like the LA King retros. Hate the Vikings purple.
Their stadium looks sick though.
Stadium looks nasty. Yeah.
I got to be honest. I didn't catch much of the third one. I was pretty much in and out of that one.
I figured. I think I might have been texting you, and it was a little like, oh, he's out.
Oh yeah.
He's back. Hey, I guess how many people watched the 2022 edition of the Super Bowl?
110 million.
99.18 million is what I got here up on the old Google search.
Price is right. I lost. $1, Bob.
So I mean, 5 times as much than the Thanksgiving turkey.
Okay, so
I feel like you get international watchers on on Turkey Day. In Canada, everyone's working, right?
Yeah.
How many people are tuning in? Just the degenerates who have money on it and they're at work and they're like, fuck it.
The funny guy, Jay Onright, said his social media was like, American Thanksgiving, we're here in Canada, we call it Thursday. I was like, that's pretty good. But I think you get the people that don't watch football too on Thursday, right? You just throw it on. The wives are yelling at the husband to come cut the turkey. Cut the turkey. Like, fuck off. I got money on the game. Cut the turkey yourself.
Totally. My mom says if she ever sees another football game, she's going to lose her goddamn mind.
Yeah, my mom hates football.
She's not a big football girl. Loves hockey. We sat and watched the Oilers game last night. It was actually nice. Because my mom, and like your mom, she's really knowledge in hockey. Surprisingly enough, right? It's like what she loves the Young and the Restless. She loves the soaps.
Yeah.
And she likes hockey.
Young and the Restless.
She's not a football girl at all.
What about General Hospital? Used to date a girl in General Hospital. Shout out to Kelly Tebow. Yeah.
Wow, Kelly Tebow.
Yeah, check her out.
What was she, a naughty nurse or what was she?
She might have been a naughty nurse on the show. Yeah.
Really?
She might have
was
been
she
a naughty
like
nurse.
A patient or was she a nurse or?
I got to be honest. I didn't really fucking watch it. I was like, I got to be honest with you. I didn't watch it, but.
Was that Rob Lowe's show? What was Rob Lowe?
You know what though? She actually, talk about perseverance. I don't know how we're getting on this, but she won some like daytime award like last year. Like she's been doing it for years and she won it. So I don't know how we got talking about Kelly Tebow, but check her out, fellas.
Is that the one that fell through the kitchen table one time?
No, that wasn't. That was Camille, but we won't say her last name.
Okay. Hell yeah. Well,
Good memory, bud.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, you know.
We had some good shakers at that house during the lockout. Remember
know,
the
you
one
and
right on the
Brooke,
beach? Right on the beach?
Yeah.
It was great.
I miss those days.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
totally.
Speaking of missing those days, Super Wednesday wasn't quite as super as it used to be.
Yeah.
I did end up at a pretty good party in CDM.
Did you?
Yeah.
After, we got to hang out with...
I saw you at Rothschild's.
Yeah, and then we went and I saw Shaddy and the Ducks and the Rangers, actually.
Country Club?
I had a good chat with the captain, the killer of the Rangers. Good guy.
Truba.
I had a good chat with Truba at the...
I was talking to Jimmy.
Country Club.
I was talking to Jimmy VC real quick, and I didn't even
Great
know.
kid.
I didn't know they were there until I saw Zibanejad. I'm like, when he was the only guy I recognized, just because of his hair and he's all greased up. And I'm like,
there's only one Zibanejad.
is that just Zibanejad over there?
Yeah, DJ. Looked like DJ / guy that just rips one tees from the half wall.
The Rangers are in one. We'll get into that. But
But by the way, Jimmy VC. 3 PTOs.
I know.
I said I had 4, but
Did you have 4?
Keep it going.
He might. I mean, the whole team is not playing.
Now he's playing first line minutes too. I said, listen, that's all you got to do is just continue to just grind, get your foot fucking in the right squad, right position, and they are struggling. I saw Coach Turk's interview last night. It's not perfect.
I thought you were going to say you saw Turk at Country Club.
No.
That would have been unreal. The Rangers are sitting right now 5th in the Metro.
I mean, when you get handed the first regulation win by the Ducks.
Did the Ducks beat them?
The Ducks beat them that night. Super Wednesday, the Ducks won their first regulation game against the New York Rangers. That's tough.
The Ducks should go full tank mode and go for Connor Bedard.
100%.
They should trade everyone. Gibby, Chatty, I love you. I don't want you to get traded, but Fowler, they should trade everyone. Everyone
I'm
right
sure
now.
It's talked about.
Yeah, there might as
What
well.
else do you want to talk about?
The weather. That's about it.
Yeah.
If you're playing for the Ducks. Hey, nice day, boys.
How are the greens?
What'd you guys do on your day off? I went to the beach. I played some pickleball. That's about all they got to talk about.
I know. It's unfortunate because they're a team here.
I'll tell you what, it's the Ryan Getzlaff factor again. You know what I mean? I know we're biased here at Missin Curfew, but you take Getzy out of that locker room.
Big time.
I mean, other than that, what else has changed on their team, really? And there's no Nick Delorier, too.
Yeah, there's no toughness.
There's just...
It's a little bit of a run and gun show, and not so much guns as the run.
Yeah, and their goal differential, minus 36. That's tough to
Who's
fuck
leading
up.
the green jacket on their squad? Pull that up.
I don't know. Good question.
That'd be funny.
Let me guess.
What do you think it's at?
I'm gonna-
I'd say minus 22.
You might be right. I'm going to guess it's a defense because they play more minutes. I'm going to say it's Kulikov.
I say minus 22. After 22
I'm
games.
going to say minus 22. I'm going to say minus 14.
This is going to be funny. What's the Jeopardy? What's the Jeopardy? Final Jeopardy? Yeah, let's see this.
It wasn't D, man. I'm sorry, Cooley. It wasn't Cooley. Cooley's minus 5.
Oh, so
John Klingberg,
he's minus
minus
11.
12.
12, we're halfway there.
We're minus 22. 20 games, please. Only played. He missed a couple of games in your defense. So
I
he
mean,
might have
that's unacceptable.
Zegers minus 6. That's not bad. Z's got 20 PIMs. I think he might be leading the team in PIMs. No, Max Comtois, 44. But
All right, Ducks. Come on.
Ducks
get
hang
it
in there. But I think they should get in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes.
As they should.
We got it on right here. World Cup, USA versus Iran. Binger and Max here going nuts. I want to talk about Canada. God, up dog. Belgium, they had him. I was watching that Big Canyon with my boy franchise. They had him. They missed a penalty kick, found a way to lose. And then I woke up early on Sunday morning to watch the game against Croatia. And they come out. Davies scores a sick header 2 minutes in. And then it looked like us playing against the roller hockey boys in August when we weren't quite in shape.
Or the wings of the early 2000s.
Or the wings of the early 2000s. It was They were snapping around Croatia, crispy rice.
Croatia, you could tell those guys fuck. They were good. They're
good hair on the team.
You get great odds right now on DraftKings to bet Croatia to win too. I don't know. They got obstacles to climb, but their performance against Canada was a great team.
Yeah,
going in they were good. They asking bettors, you would have thought they would have came out of the round. It's tough. Missing a penalty kick, like you just said early in the tournament. That's like that could be a big blow.
He went with the left-handed he went left with his left foot, left-handed, left foot low shot. I was like, go right foot. Jeez, no, like rip that baby.
Maybe that, like Lionel Messi's a lefty too. It's like sometimes that's their foot.
Yeah, I don't know. This didn't look like his foot.
It did not.
It looked like
my foot.
It looked like my foot from the couch there. But it was. Listen, I told Binger before the show that I've been loving the World Cup. And you speak about DraftKings, I'm 2 for 2 on draws. I took Germany against USA as a draw, and I took Spain against. I took USA, England, Spain, Germany as draws. Yeah. They both hit at like plus 280.
Well, I was on the wrong side of the England USA one.
Who'd you take?
I bet over.
What's the over? 1.5?
The over was 1.5.
Yeah.
It was over a half in the first quarter. Of course, I take that. Nothing. But then, England's supposed to be good. They were like asleep.
USA played the fucking old Jacques Lemaire. The one
8-back.
8-back. They weren't even forechecking. When the game started, I'm like, I like my chances here. They were just kind of just sitting back. England went D to D on one play about 20 times up, just D to D, and USA didn't even move.
If you were to play one position in soccer, what would it be?
The one that doesn't run the most. What position's that, Binger?
Goalie?
Probably goalie. No, I don't want to be goalie.
Forward.
I don't want to be goalie, but I like a D man, right?
I think the midfields run the most.
Yeah, I think Obes would be a center back, and I think you would be a left or right winger.
I'll tell you
center
what
back,
I used to be.
I like that.
I think you'd be the brick wall, and I think Uppy'd be the runner on the sides.
I used to be a striker, Binger. All right?
That's what I was.
I was a striker. I used to take corner kicks, and I would fucking...
We're not going to be on the pitch next week playing soccer against Binger, are we?
Yeah, we might have to get on the pitch.
I feel a better.
Let's do a shootout.
Binger versus the fellas coming on here.
Let's Obi's in net, and we get to rip them from the fucking top circle.
Some
top of the box.
I'm just finally not stiff, boys. Let's give her a fucking day.
My shoulder's still in one.
I bathed myself in CBD for a week straight, everywhere, even up the hoop, everywhere. I was just I'm finally back.
Nice.
My elbow feels good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, the fucking home run derby took a lot out of me.
You left it all out on that field, buddy. You left it all on that field. So Canada's out. It's unfortunate, but there's a tweet by someone back home. I forget who it was. Like, we hadn't been in the World Cup for 40 some years. Like, I think we should just be happy that we're in there. We're heading in the right direction.
I don't like that mentality.
It's a loser mentality,
isn't it?
It's a fucking loser mentality.
Do you think that's what they want to hear? I don't think so.
I don't know what
they're competitors. They don't know what to. Yeah, but still, you fly all the way to fucking
Qatar,
Mars. It looks like Mars over there, by the way.
It does. It does.
But you fly all the way over there.
You can get a beer in the hotel, though, right?
Speaking of flying all the way over there, and having to come right back.
You can get a beer over there, right? Like in the hotel.
Fuck. That's a good question.
You got to be able to. Like after they lost that heartbreaker to fucking Croatia, I'm sure there was beers back at the hotel for them.
I don't think they sell alcohol in public. I think
that's what I think it is too.
Yeah. It's a weird world over there.
Really weird. But you notice there hasn't been any shenanigans at the games because people are getting in there drunk, and by the time they leave, they're sober. So there hasn't been like a drunk English guy fighting.
It's funny, but you're not allowed to drink in these English Premier games. You're not allowed to bring your beer to the seat. You guys know that?
You got a shotgun.
You can only drink in between intermissions, and you got to go down to your seat, no beer.
That's probably for the same reason.
Same reason.
So these boys don't start just chucking them.
Throwing beers at everyone. like at the Waste Management Open when the guy gets the hole in one. It's just a fucking...
There was a good hockey fight rally put on Dad's somewhere back
where
home.
the guy knocked himself out on the glass.
Yeah.
Epic.
Where was that? It looked like some shitty old barn.
Couple uppercuts, this, that. They back off. It's all good. And the guy gets tough and whacks himself on the glass and knocks himself out. Some guys just don't fucking get it.
Oh, up dog. All right, boys, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Some guys up dogs, they just don't fucking get it. Eh?
That's when you wake up and you're like, what just happened? Well, you knocked yourself out on the glass and your kid's playing like right there. Like you look like a donkey.
I went to one kid's game when I went back for Christmas before COVID, and I was the intensity out of the parents. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I can see how you can get in a fight, like with another guy's parents or same team, opposite team.
I wonder if it's escalated, like, the way like the world's escalated and feel as hockey moms, like in the craziness, it's probably all time crazy.
I think it's probably higher. I just remember my dad used to stay way up in the corner by himself with his two buddies that he liked. They would stay way away.
This is actually good for curfew calls. Tell us your craziest minor hockey, like hockey moms, hockey crazy parents story.
I'm sure there's tons.
Right?
I'm sure there's tons. Well, my buddy, shout out to Derek Smith. He coaches the Wellington Dukes.
Yeah.
Absolute beauty, all-time beauty, Smitty. And just dealing with parents at that level, right? He's like, the hardest part of the job maybe is dealing with the parents that the kids aren't playing and they're got to talk to their agents. You got to do this and that. It's like a full-time gig.
Did you see the interview with Quentin Hughes where he was like, he was talking about how every crazy hockey parent in Toronto thinks their kid's going to make the NHL, and he's like, okay, like
You're like, it's hard to make the show.
There's so many crazy hockey parents in Toronto. He's talking about Toronto, and I think that like greater area of all those programs and stuff. He's like, every parent thinks their kid's in the NHL. They're psychopaths.
No,
he's like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not going to be.
It's even harder than we made now. Like, there's people from Scottsdale, California. I mean, the greatest American-born player right now is from Scottsdale. Like, it's so hard to make the NHL, Ben. And I think every parent does believe that. I don't know. I mean, I didn't know I had a chance till I got to the American League. Then I was like, all right, I got this. I got a chance anyways. But speaking about got a chance, nobody had a chance in the fucking Top Titty this week because it was a Thursday Top Titty Turkey Day.
It was tucked away.
We didn't do her.
They left her on the shelf.
It's
funny because
there's no games. There's a lot of games Friday, but there's no games Thursday. So we're back at it though. But it was nice to miss a Top Titty and not be our fault.
I agree.
Right?
Whose fault was that?
It was nice. It was nice that it wasn't our fault.
Chalk it up to the holiday.
Yeah.
Chalk it up to everyone just getting a little turkey.
When do people start drinking eggnog?
You know what I blame? I blame Super Wednesday. Super Wednesday gets everyone, not just me ups. It gets everyone.
I agree.
Super Wednesday and a turkey, and you just
you're like drunk.
I was supposed to do something. Fuck, Top Titty. I forgot about that. We're back at this. Let me look at here real quick. We're back this Thursday. We got lots of games ups. Lots of games. We got, give me 1 sec here, boys.
Yeah, that's okay.
There we go. We got Avalanche Sabres, Preds Devils, Lightning Flyers, Knights Penguins. Ooh, that's a good game there, up dog. Hurricane against your St. Louis Blues, Oilers against the Wild, the Connor Bedard Ducks against the Stars, Montreal, Calgary, holy fuck. Panthers, Canucks, Capitals, Kraken, Coyote, Kings. So there you go. Thursday Top Titty. Get back in it. We're going to break it down. Nice. What game jumps out to you there? Golden Knights Pens jumps out to me as a must watch.
I'll tell you what's going to be an offensive onslaught is this Avalanche Sabres game.
Yeah, good call.
Right?
That's a great call.
Or, I mean, you want to see a good, tight scoring match. Two good teams, Hurricanes at Blues.
Hurricanes at Blues will be a nice,
right?
Yeah, nice checking. Capitals, Kraken. Say what you want, man. The Kraken can score, buddy. They go. They can play offense. They go.
Yeah, I had dinner with Schwartzy the other night. It was a good time. We went to Cannery. Me, him, the big guy. Had a great chat. Good to see him doing well. His team's good.
Yeah.
He likes his young squad. He's what's that kid's name? Number 10? Berners.
Matty Beniers.
He
can fly.
He's buzzing. And he's got like.
Did you say he's a good kid?
He's a great kid, and he's buttoned up.
What does that mean? Like he's a pro? It doesn't say too much.
Like he's a buttoned up like young kid. Like and you just gotta like I like the way he plays. To me he cares about both ends of the rink.
Yeah.
But also like just see when he gets the puck, it's he
has that jump too, right? When he gets it,
he scored against the Ducks. In fact, I told my dad watching the game the other night, I'm like, watch this kid number 10. Schwartzy loves the way he plays. He's almost like a little Schwartzy. Like Schwartzy had that.
You love Schwartzy's game. You're always pumping Schwartzy's tire. Yeah.
He scored 12 goals in their playoff run.
No, he's a smart player. You're right.
I just think a team's a better team with a kid like Schwartzy, like on your second line, who can play up and down the lineup. But this Beniers kid, anyway, I'm like, Dad, watch this kid play. Next shift, he's in front of the net, right spot, boom, gets a rebound, put it past Gibby. He's good players in the right spots.
Speaking about good players in the right spot, last night, Mathew Tkachuk in Edmonton, we're going to get to his return here tonight, Calgary. He's standing in front of the net. They're booing him in Edmonton. Let me ask you this. Why in the fuck would you boo him in Edmonton? You wanted him to stay in Calgary?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like, what are you fucking Edmonton Oilers fans thinking up there?
They just hate him because
I would have cheered him. I would have been like, Matty.
Totally.
But anyways, turnover, puck goes right to him, scores the goal, and what does Mathew Tkachuk do? He gives him the old,
how are you?
Kobe Bryant used to do this, or whoever used to do this. What was that fella? So talk about puck going to good players. That's the same as Mathew Tkachuk. And if you go the net uppy like we talk about, it's going to come to you eventually.
I think Nurse just put it right on his twig, right?
Nurse. 9 bananas.
I tell you what, just while we're on that game quick, and we'll talk about Mathew Tkachuk here in a second, but never count the Oilers out. They were down, I think, 5-1 against the New York Rangers last week, came back, won the game in overtime. They are down, first they were up, and a couple penalties called late in this game against Florida last night. Florida ties it. Florida goes ahead. Edmonton, 5 seconds left. McDavid, lines up behind Draisaitl in the O-zone. He goes to the right spot. It's crazy, but the good players going in the right spots. He goes behind the Florida centerman. That was his first effort, right? Not at the puck, behind the centerman. Comes to him. He looks back to Bouchard, who's on his 1T as a righty, and he just buries it.
He's got a bomb.
And that Spencer Knight had played the game of his life. And sure enough, boom, 4-4, goes to overtime, first shift, 2-on-1. McDavid, Draisaitl scores.
Corn dogs.
How are you? Corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
I mean, without those two guys on that team, there's been
a lot of people saying, I heard Mike Commodore was on, I think, Andrew Raycroft's podcast, and he said they'd be an American League team if they didn't have Draisaitl, or if they took Draisaitl and McDavid off their team to be an American League team.
I know.
So people, it's not just us shitting on the Oilers. It's everyone shitting on the Oilers is the point being. But Panthers, Vancouver, Thursday night, top titty up dog. That might be a game where, there's going to be some points too, because the Canucks, they just refuse to play defense. So Fellow Fridays, moving to Fellow Fridays here up dog real quick. I am 2-0 in the Fellow Fridays. The Red Wings won a shootout thriller for me last night. You continue to be 1-0. Mother Nature cost you.
That's true.
Denver could not get to Nashville because it was fucking snowing in there.
A little snowy town.
It was fucking dumping on them,
I guess. In Smashville it was? Or in Denver?
In Denver.
Wow. That means there's a lot of snow up in Aspen. That's good.
They couldn't get it.
So anyway, do I get to pick 2 this week?
There's only 3 games on Friday.
I know.
You go first, buddy, because Mother Nature snowed you out.
Well, listen, Mother Nature again doesn't really play fair up in this town, but I'm going to take the Winnipeg Jets.
Jets are good, dude.
Against the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are going to go in there just going, what are we doing here? And then, Winnipeg gets their own home barn, the hot tub in their dressing room, little small, tight, packed fucking, it's a, tough place to play.
Hey, shout out to Rick Bowness. I know you love Bonesy. He's come in there and changed the culture, man. Like, I saw a little clip of him after the game the other night where, he's doing his speech and it's like, great road trip, fellas, and this and that. Like, you can, he's like, the next game we're playing for first place in the Central. You can, like, Bonesy brings that emotion to that team, and it's changed their dressing room. I love that pick. I'm going to go with the New York Islanders against the Nashville Predators. The Islanders are buzzing.
They are 15-8. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And they still need a little offense. I mean, Patty Kane? Does Patty Kane want to go play in Long Island?
We get the rumor mill coming up here shortly. We'll talk about it.
I'm telling you, that if they throw Patty Kane in their lineup, Barzell's a dishing machine. I got the Islanders against the Preds, and the Updogs got the Winnipeg Jets against the Blue Jackets. Lock of the night, Fella Fridays. Updog, we talk about toughness a lot on this podcast. Your boy Ryan Reeves got traded last week from the New York Rangers to the Minnesota Wild. First, your thoughts on that, and just kind of tease it with Oilers again. Why not the Oilers go out for him? Is it the Evander Kane factor that they don't want those guys in the same dressing room? Like, I thought Reeves would be a great fit in Edmonton.
Yeah. So this is the thing. Obviously, Reeves comes with a little bit of a cap hit for a type of guy like that. So he's not going to be the right player on every team. I'll tell you one thing. In seeing and chatting with a couple of these New York Rangers, and it wasn't one of their guys, it was someone else. There's a lot of guys on that team that are upset.
I bet.
A lot of guys questioned why, were upset enough to not go for a beer Super Wednesday. To me, you get rid of a guy who's not only a fan favorite, but a guy that sticks up for your teammates, a guy that's well-liked in the room. It can mess up the chemistry. Sometimes I don't understand it, Obes.
You couldn't be more right. Now their fourth line is Sammy Blais, a guy I love, Barclay Goodrow, and Julien Gauthier, who I believe is a first-round pick, but I'm not even entirely sure about that.
So, they got speed. The New Jersey Devils play with speed. The New York Islanders have been playing well. Pittsburgh Penguins are a team that, they're going to have to match their skill. Is there a spot for Revo when they're not playing like the Washington Capitals and Tom Wilson?
Tom Wilson's coming back, by the way.
He's coming back.
And he could be the happiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
That he's coming back, and now there's no Revo. Willie's like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I mean, to me, I was shocked when they traded him to Minnesota. And for Minnesota, they're kind of going, and I love Billy Guerin. Let's look at their lineup here. They're going with kind of an old school mentality of Jordan Greenway, Marcus Foligno, who's fought Revo a couple times.
Yep.
Now you throw Revo in there. I love this kid, Mason Shaw. So maybe the Wild are saying, Billy Guerin and your boy Dean Everson are saying, let's turn the clocks back here and see if we can maybe muscle our way to the playoffs and see what can happen.
Did I tell you about when I was in junior, Dean Everson, what we'd do for workouts? where we used to have like the heavy bag and you'd wrap a jersey around it and you used to come in and fucking grab. It would be part of the circuit.
That's unreal.
Like you get squats, lunges, you do some bench, and then
you just grab it.
And you grab the jersey on the heavy bag and you just work it. So he's a tough coach. He wants tough guys. Are they getting beat up? Is that their? I mean, they have a team now.
They've been banged up. They're starting to get healthy.
Ryan Hartman, I love the way he plays.
He's still hurt.
I know.
But
So
I love him.
His shoulder, I think, popped
Hartman's still hurt.
Yeah.
So when you get Hartman back, you take Sam Steele off that top line. I don't know. This might be a fucking typo. Sam Steele between Kaprizov and Zuccarello. I don't. Maybe. But then you throw Hartman there up, dog, and you go Hartman, Gaudreau, Eckerson X down the pipe, Revo playing with Foligno right now. I mean, this line here is Foligno, Eckerson X, and Revo was a third line. Like, you want to play against those guys all night? No.
I just want to tip my cap to Revo, who in his first game, and I'm trying to pull this up, I think it was on Sunday, against the Coyotes, Revo had, let's go to this box score here. He was +1. He played like 14 minutes. He was a guy like he was, I think he might have had an assist. This is the Coyotes. Ryan Reeves was +1. His shot on goal, 3 hits, 15 minutes in ice time.
Buddy.
See, you get that like new vibe, new team.
There's nothing like going to a new team.
Probably a first star.
When you're like, all right, fresh, clean slate here. Like, the coach doesn't remember all the fucking stupid penalties they took.
Now Kaprizov can do whatever he wants.
Absolutely.
Right.
This Minnesota Wild team, I'll say between them and Nashville, and then you could put Calgary in there probably because they got Luch, are the 3 toughest teams in the NHL. I mean, it's a great move by Billy Guerin. To me, if Edmonton had a chance at it, and Evander Kane, I'm sure if you ask Kane, I'll take him on my team. I mean, there had been guys you played with that you didn't like, and once they come to your team, like for me, I'll go back to the minors. Zdeno Konopka. Fought him 3 times the year before when he's in Utah. We signed him. I try to hate him. 2 days in, I love this guy. I'm like, fucking, because he's one of my best friends. Like, I think Kane and Revo could have got over it, right?
That's something in hockey that's, I don't know if it's unexplainable or what it is, but you're right. You wear the same jersey, you come in, you battle for each other. It takes no longer than usually one practice or one game or a lunch or a beer to get over history.
Usually a night out.
Those 2 guys, though, I don't know, bro.
They hate each other.
They hate each other. And I mean, it's personal. To me, it's personal. And the topic had to have been brought up to Kane and McDavid. To me, if Revo was on the blocks, Kenny Holland would have had a conversation with the coach and with the leaders and with Kane, because Kane being out and then with limited toughness, Revo filling that spot, like I don't even know if they could afford him but
that's a fucking good point too. I don't know. What's Revo making? 2 bananas or something like that, or a little bit less?
Probably over that.
Yeah, Revo's making 1.75. So, when you look at the Oilers, God, you'd like to think they could fit that in there, can't they? With the team they got, you got to think they're fucking. There's no way they can, though. They have no cap space at all.
None, right?
None. I would have given him fucking Puljujarvi. There you go.
Projected cap space, 0.
I would have went Revo for Puljujarvi straight up. Go take him off our hands.
There's no way New York won second.
No, I know, but yeah, you're right. I'm not going to rip Puljujarvi again. I rip him every week. But Revo, good luck in Minnesota. That's a big trade for them. I like what they're building. No one's going to fuck around with them. Speaking of fucking around, our boy Mathew Tkachuk will be fucking around tonight at the Saddledome. I am going to tune into this game. I'm going to take the Panthers because I think Matty's going to go in there and just do his thing, and he's going to win a hockey game. But he's going to hear it, isn't he?
He's going to hear it.
He's going to hear it.
Yeah. And he deserves to.
But I mean, like he did.
It's nice to be the most hated guy on the ice.
Yeah. He did go to Brad Treliving and say, hey, Brad, I don't want to be here anymore. Here's your opportunity.
Therefore, you're getting booed.
Yeah, but you got Huberdeau and Weegar and a fucking first rounder. Remember what was it for like a first rounder? So like it's not like he
got
just
lots back, but
he could have just stayed there and did the Johnny Hockey and said, "Lick my balls, I'm going to fucking Florida," and you get nothing. I don't know. People in Cowtown, I don't
know if they're that smart. I don't know if they look at that whole deal and go, "Yeah, he really did us a favor." They're probably like, "Fuck this guy!" Like, you know what?
They're like, he doesn't want to play. I don't give a fuck what we got for him.
Well.
No, he's gonna get booed, isn't he?
He's getting booed, but there'll be a cheer, there'll be a lot of boos. That'll be the thing.
Yeah.
They'll have a lot of warmth, and there'll be a spot in their heart for him. But then he's getting booed.
He's gonna get
every time he touches the puck, it's boo.
He's going to get a video tribute, so they'll probably give him a clap for that. And
It'll be a standing ovation, but he's getting booed when he touches the puck. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, but I would not boo him. I'd go the other way. I'd kill him with kindness.
What would Princey do?
Princey. I don't know. Princey's, where is Princey? Mexico? Princey, where are you? Text the boys. He's going to get booed, but I think he has a big game in there tonight. Your boy, we got a lot of your boys on the show today. Robert Bortuzzo. We talked about the Edmonton Oilers last week. I sat right in this very studio with you, and I fucking ripped him. I ripped him so hard that Lupo in Thailand even noticed it because I had a few drinks with Loops on Sunday. He's like, fuck you, not let the Oil have it, eh? I'm like, well, you saw what happened. He saw what happened. Bobo goes to the net. It was great. The guy doing the game goes, in Bortuzzo's defense, he was a little out of his element here. Bob was taking...
Yeah, going in one-on-one with the goalie from the corner. Yeah,
like, he had nowhere to go. I don't think he was trying to bury Vasilevsky, but the response to Oilers' third and fourth line guys that I ripped and guys that, when you're turned on the fly and you see this, that's what you're supposed to do. When your star player gets hit, you go in a wolf pack mentality and you just start chucking and you don't ask a fucking question till the ref pulls you off.
Yeah.
It was great. Every guy in their Lightning team dropped their gloves.
There's gloves everywhere.
Every guy.
Yeah.
And Bobble, poor Bobble, I love you, Bobble, but he's just down there getting fucking drilled. Did you talk to him about it?
I loved it. Yeah, we did talk. And it was actually, I had dinner with Schwartzy after too. We were dying. But it's, you got to feel good if you're a Tampa Bay Lightning guy, whether you're Vasilevsky on the ice or you're Stamkos who's jumping on the pile. Or your Patty Maroon who's jumping on the pile after Bobo, who they're buddies.
Sergachev was in there.
But everyone on the bench, you just know that you're on the right team, wearing the right jersey when that's the reaction. And that's when yin happens and that's yang. That's what you want.
A little yin and yang.
Huh?
A little yin and yang.
Like
Absolutely.
Read and react.
That is just our best player got hit. All five of us, let's go. And that's, to me, I'm going to give a lot of credit to John Cooper, but also Stammer, Pears, Big Rig, Killorn,
these guys that have set the way.
That have set the culture here and said, this is what we're going to do. And let's not forget, 88 is their meal ticket still, right?
Yes.
Fuck. Like, I love Brian Elliott. Moose has been playing good when he gets in there, but the big 88 goes down, now it's trouble.
So they did give him a 5, but they retracted it to the 2. You knew that. I was watching. I saw it live.
I did not know that, but I know that Bobo didn't do it on purpose. He was just caught between.
But they gave him 5 right off the hop.
Yeah,
then in the bench, and he was in the box, not making a sound because I don't think he knew if what he did was that wrong. But then the replay really shows him he tried to get out of the way.
He was caught between the shit and the stink.
Yes, he was.
He was just like, he was going so fast and had a guy, Sergachev, on his back, and he saw it, and he was just probably like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And he just kind of put his head down, and whatever happens. Bobo was not running. Bobo was not a dirty player. I love that guy.
Oh, he's a little dirty.
But the mentality of the Lightning, there's many reasons why they got 2 cups. That's one of them. I don't care what anyone says. Our boy John Tortorella is back in it again. He called the league young dumb. Like we used to say, young, dumb, and full of cum. Hey, Torch, young, dumb, full of cum, eh, bud? He said, mistakes are made all the time. You just learn to live with it. I say, Torch, give your fucking balls a tug and keep these boys responsible. No? Yeah. He's saying mistakes are okay.
I know he is.
John Tortorella.
Yeah, but how funny is it? Have you had a chance to watch a game with Pitter lately, your old man?
I'll get enough over the hall.
Because I'm watching hockey with my dad, and I'm like, I kind of laugh, and he knows exactly what I'm laughing about, and he's like, A, you would have got your head knocked off if you tried to play like that back in the day. Mm-hmm. B, you, for more reasons than not, would have your line mates going, what in the, like, why am I now back checking for you trying to do something so stupid on the ice? So it's not only the coaches that have to like deal with this, it's other players. Like imagine, Sid the kid, and it's funny when Malkin, shout out to Malkin who has his 1,000th game and the whole team did that, right? Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, the stretch. But like Malkin, when he talked about, I'm not going to dump the puck or I go back to Russia, like that sort of like, okay, that's Malkin. Yeah. You got 3 cups, you have that swag, that's how you play. You're not everyone's Malkin coming in this league. Fuck no.
They act like they are right away. And the coaches, and to Torts' defense, he has to treat like all these kids the same way.
No, he doesn't. He just chooses to.
I know, but like other than that, it's
he's
different world.
He's admitting it. Torts, if you're listening, don't get soft on me now. You used to call me in your office and fucking rip me every day. What are you doing, Torts?
Yeah. That's just different.
The mistakes are fucking. I mean, I keep talking about 2-goal leads. I think there's been over 80 2-goal leads given up.
Well, guys can score at will now, and there's no. I'm watching the Oilers come back the way they do, and you got the 2 best players in the world on the ice. But a lot of guys can just score at will, given the fact that there's mistakes, or they just play through the mistakes that well that they can score, and that's the league we're in right now.
I know.
We're in the league of high skill, high speed, score more than the other team to win, not keep the puck out of your net to win. Everyone talks.
That's exactly what it is.
And we're not even that old. Might be not even 40. But a lot of the guys who talk hockey on TV are a little older than us, so they've been talking and witnessing this from a media standpoint and how they give their persona, their perception of the whole thing. They've just watched this go on for years and years. Yeah. We're now just like coming out of the game going, this is fucking crazy. And Torts is just a prime example because he speaks his mind, but like Craig Berube does the same thing. And, Paul Maurice, watching his Florida Panthers give up, late victories like that. It's a full thing.
I think it's got to come more from, and Torts talked about their leadership at the start of the year. Like, do we have a captain? He said, we're not even fucking close to naming captain. Like, I think when you see teams like Tampa and these young guys jump in and play the right way, I think it's because the leadership group that we just talked about, they're like, hey, don't fucking turn that puck over there.
I agree.
Right? If it comes from a guy like you who played 700 games, you're like, hey, Binger, get that fucking thing deep there or fucking fuck off kind of thing, right? Like that has more of an impact than Torts coming down the bench and ripping you. But I still say at the end of this day, if I would have known that I could have made mistakes with John Tortorella and A, he wasn't going to bench me and B, he wasn't going to light me up in front of the fucking room, I would have went to my backhand and tried to make a little play, see if I could get him,
You'd have a few more highlights on YouTube.
I have a few more minuses too. So, Torts, I love you, buddy. Keep her going. Don't get soft on me, Torts. Don't get soft on me. Bruce Boudreau taking a lot of heat. The other night they're playing, they're kicking the shit out of the Knights 5-0 or something. I took the Knights, so I know all about it. But anyways, there's a whistle. It's Horvat, Miller, and another veteran guy, and they're just sitting there, and Bruce Boudreau has to say, get the fuck up and give this guy a hand.
Yeah, tap your sticks.
Tap your sticks.
So our listeners out there, for you, when a guy fights and he's getting out of the box, you fucking stand up on the bench and you fucking...
Atta boy, up dog, good fucking tilt. Atta baby, come on boys, let's get going here.
Yes.
Come on here.
That's what you do.
Yeah, how hard's that?
Yeah. You even cheer the other guy on. Well done, boys.
Yeah, you got pumped, bud, but I would have shown up, fuckhead.
Well done. Nice shiner. Meet you for a beer after. No, it's just hockey.
It's hockey.
You get up, you thank your guys for going to war, and you acknowledge them, and they come and sit down, and you go, God, your face looks like you just got smoked,
How many did you get you with? You got to hit you with a few. Any of those sting or...
Did I get them? I don't know about that.
Did I win that one, boys? Fuck, you showed up, Obs. Way to show up there. I'd like to think that maybe because they're in Vegas, maybe they were staring at chicks in the crowd. Is that the only pass I'm going to give them here?
Yeah.
But even, I'm just joking, but I don't know. When you're a leadership group, and I love JT Miller, I love the way he plays, and I like to think that maybe he was just daydreaming or something, but you got to get up for your boys. Yep. I know fighting's not as big as part of the game, but you got to give these boys some love. So good on Bruce Boudreau, and people in Vancouver, fucking lay off him a bit. Like, it's not Bruce's fault, and they're starting to play better. They're 1 point out of a playoff spot right now.
Wow.
1 point out, the Vancouver
Canucks. Losing 8 in a row.
I like to see the record. I'm going to give a Missin Curfew bump. I'd like to, if Princey wasn't in Mexico drinking fucking skinny margs right now, we maybe going to pull this up. Their record since we put them on the milk carton here at Missin Curfew. I think it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to take a look at it.
Yeah, right on.
Up dog, this guy fucks, all right, buddy? This guy fucks. Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn has 24 points in 22 games. He's out there playing without a visor on. I love this guy, man.
I know you do.
I love him. And he's playing great. Their team's great. I'm on board with this Dallas Star squad.
Did you see Robertson score that goal last night and Chief on the bench go, that was nice.
Chief goes, man, I can't skate. I couldn't skate like that back in the day.
No, he came in he blocks a shot in his own zone. And him and Jamie Benn, they've been 1-2 punch. And we'll talk about Rope Hintz fucking in a second. Robertson skates the length of the ice, gets the D's putting the stick on him, buddy. He goes far side shelf like no one's business. When you got Jamie Benn playing like he's 28, and you got this Robertson who's a young player, he's on his basically his bridge deal. Great. Sagan's back playing well. Heiskanen's been great getting great goaltending.
Been good.
Dallas is you want Dallas to be a good team.
I do.
I like their veterans. I want them to be a good squad. So
we got to go. We got to go in the new year and watch a game with Billy Quinn in that whole, just taking the whole Dallas thing. Tell a tour to Dallas. Fella to Dallas. I'd like to see him go back to remember the old black jerseys when Mikey Mo played? The black jersey where it just said stars and gold. And it was dark green, Ludwig blocking shots, and fucking Mikey
Patcher
Mo. And
guys.
Zuboff
with a chew-in,
smoking a
darts.
dart. Yeah, like I like those old school jerseys. I don't know, the green
Brett
ones.
Hull just
why do they wear the green ones? Is that like a green that's like supposed to something to do with
it's called
Dallas?
the Green Mile that they're on.
Okay.
An American Airlines Center. Like there's a lot of, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a reason for it though. It's called something green.
Yeah, you remember the tweet I put out there?
Well, just because you were wearing it, you said something about it. Yeah. Well, they're in a losing streak. You're like, hey, I know someone that can help you out with that something green jersey. You did tweet about it.
It's called something like that. I forget.
You want to look it up real quick?
Yeah.
Let's look it up real quick. And I'm going to go on to another on this guy, Fox. As a kid that, you talk about Tage Thompson making you look bad. Jack Hughes is making me look bad on the ice. He's playing unbelievable. The Devils, we're going to get into your little same game parlay here again. But I'm going to say Jack Hughes' interviews, they fuck up, dog. They fuck.
They do, yeah.
I mean, the 9-game heater he started off with, then, they played back-to-back there tonight, and the guy's like, he's like, nah, what are you going to do? He goes, what are you going to do between the periods? He's like, we're just going to go in there, chill, get a little Gato in us, and we'll be all right. I'm like, this kid's an absolute beauty.
He's a beauty.
I think he's playing great. He's proved me wrong. He's proven that he deserves that contract that they gave him.
You're right.
And his interviews, they fuck up.
Yeah, he's swagging.
Do we got the Dallas name?
Yeah, so this was the tweet. Quoted. Hey, Dallas Stars, I know a guy who's fired up and ready to get you guys out of that 1-7 funk you're in. He's 2-0 wearing Victory Green.
Victory Green, that's what it is.
With a highlight game winner.
Who needs an agent?
My last goal.
Who needs an agent with a tweet like that?
I mean, it had 4,500 likes. It's
Victory Green.
Victory Green is what they call it.
I'll still say it again. I've said it. I can't believe they released you when they did. I watched you play that game. But I think they should fucking get rid of the Victory Green and go back to the old black and gold, but it just says stars. I just remember that, like, and then it said Dallas down their pants. Those were good. So Jamie Benn, Jack Hughes' interviews, they both fuck. Speaking about doing some fucking, the up dog, same game parlay last night. I believe it was plus 450. You took first period over.
Is it single game parlay? What is that?
Same game parlay.
I always called it. I fucked it up before.
Yeah, same game parlay. You took the Devils to win, Jack Hughes to score, and the first period over. You hit it for plus 450.
That's not bad.
That's your third same gamer. That's your third parlay you've hit this year, third or fourth.
I like it. I'm feeling hot. And yesterday it was kind of the game of the night, I
watched it. It was a great game.
Devils, Rangers.
Devils are fast.
They're fast. They're fast.
The Rangers.
Their goaltender's great.
The Rangers.
And old Lindsay babe, Lindy Ruff has been... Yeah. He's been dialed in. He's got the boys fired up.
Do you think Fox should maybe get on the ladder for the foot speed a little bit? Or what? Like, I'm going to sit here and chirp a Norris Trophy winner, but I'm going to maybe chirp a Norris Trophy winner. Maybe get the fucking feet going a bit, no?
Silky though, right?
Yeah?
I think so. He can stick handle in a phone booth, boy, dialing out.
I'm talking about when he was trying to defend those boys that were scooting around there last night.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do that till he's 35.
That Nico Hischier got absolutely fucking drilled by Chris Kreider. What a great
Trouba
hit.
Tried to knock his head off.
What a great hit. He had his head down and Kreider just came across and fucking drilled him. It was unbelievable.
That Kreider's a beast.
Fox with the puck is unbelievable. I'm not going to sit here. The guy's got a Norris Trophy winner. He's 100 times better than I am. But when I watch him play against a team like that last night, to me, his foot speed looks a little bit like...
See, I think that's what they're trying to address to get out of, they realize they go up in the playoffs against these teams. They need more speed.
Yeah.
They're trying to add their young player to fill Revo's spot, but they probably need to match speed.
They probably think they're a little slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, I think Fox played 28 minutes last night. Settle down, Rangers fans. I'm just nitpicking here, but if you're trying to win a Stanley Cup and he's your top guy, and you got Devils and these young teams now that are, a lot quicker. It was just something I noticed in last night's game, but he did make some great plays with the puck that he was just, in and out. But so up dog, stay hot on the same game parlays, fellas.
Yeah,
stay hot.
Wow, well, maybe fire one in here for tonight.
Yeah, check him out at DraftKings. You can see him at the DraftKings, the sportsbook app, up dog. I was watching the game. I'm like, Uppy's going to hit this fucking thing. The goal was kind of full. The goal was kind of phony too. He had a breakaway and he kind of fanned on it. He went 5-0. I'm like, Updog's going to win this fucking bet.
Let's go, baby.
Congratulations. Back up the Brinks truck. You mentioned it. Another guy, Rope Hintz.
He can skate like the wind, I'm telling you. He's one of the best, fastest skaters I've ever seen.
8 years, 64 bananas. I sit here and usually chirp guys about, I think this is a great signing.
Yeah,
I think everything you just said, the way he skates, the way he moves, his size, his ability to shoot the puck, the way he goes to the net. I think this is a great contract for him.
I think just to add on to that, you're exactly right, but I think he's learned from a lot of great pros in the organization that he can carry this on. He's a good kid. He obviously basically follows like, the right way to play. He's a big guy. He's not going to get like pushed around or hurt. So I think it's a smart business play. Tom Gillardy, well done. Well used money.
Yeah, it's a great deal. Back up the Brinks truck. Kids getting paid. Imagine 8 years, 64 bananas playing Big D. Hey, Billy Quinn, get me in Preston Trails, bud. I'll team it up with you.
Welcome. That's a 10-year wait list there.
Move me up the list here. I'm going to be. Well,
Preston's a 10-year wait list.
It's perfect. I know. I played golf with Kurt Olson. I'm like, you got a membership in Dallas yet? He's like, I can't fucking get in anywhere. I'm like, what? You can't get a membership anywhere? He's like, no, I can't get anywhere. Everyone's moving there from California. I'm like, holy fuck.
That's funny.
Rumor mill. Our boy Broadway Jimmy Scoops Hayes, love you, buddy. I'm going to give it to the Chicklets boys. I heard it on their social media. They were talking about Patty Kane going to the Boston Bruins.
Of course they were. They're Boston-based.
Yeah,
podcasts.
Grinelli, that fucking homer.
Yeah.
Hey, Grinelli, you fucking little homer.
Come on. You think he wants lobster rolls and Guinness? I mean, he might. Guinness is a good beer.
I think he wouldn't mind playing that second line with Krejci. Imagine him on that second line with Krejci, though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a great spot. Original six, it'd be a good spot for him.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. Does Boston get him?
I don't know.
Bring him on the West Coast.
Does he want to go?
Yeah, he's going to want to go.
You think? Or does
it sucks losing. And he gets a chance to win again. And it might be for a couple of years, right? Like, obviously he goes, I think it's going to be somewhere where he says, I got this year and next year to really like go at it with this team.
Does it mean as much to him as it did to like our boy Getzlaff to play for one team? Right? Does it mean that much to him? Like, he's got 3 cups, right? Kane, he's got 3. He's got 3. Does he want to go chase another one? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any cups. I'd go anywhere to chase a cup.
Look at the way he plays and the way he acts when he scores. I think he does.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is his body healthy? He looks healthy. He doesn't miss many games, does he?
No.
So I'm not going to answer for Patty Kane, but I think he's a winner. Like, he wants to win.
Yeah. He doesn't hit anyone and nobody can hit him. So he doesn't get fucking hurt very often. I mean, when he gets the puck, it's just like,
I know. It's fun hockey.
He would look weird not being in a Blackhawks uniform, though, right? Like, would it not be?
I think he'd look good at probably anywhere he goes. That style.
Long Island, man. I can't believe I'm saying it. Long Island, I think, would be
might be a tough look.
New Barn?
Yeah, but the way they want him to play D, it's not perfect.
I think they probably just sort of, hey, Patty, play whatever way you want. Play whatever you want.
I think
Barzell throwing him little backhand saucies and right back to him.
New York. I think
Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know how good the Rangers are. Ups. I was pumping their tires early on in the season to you on this podcast, and now I watch them play, and they look like a completely different team to me. They had moments last night where they had some good pushes against the Devils, but for the course of the game, I thought the Devils were their team.
Imagine him, Draisaitl, and McDavid on the line.
He's not going there. That I will fucking guarantee you. He's not going to Edmonton. There's
Blues?
No chance.
Blues don't get him now.
No. I don't think he'd want to.
I don't think he'd go
there.
He
hates the Blues probably, doesn't he?
By the way, did you see the Scott Darling last week?
Yeah, you let him have it, huh? You let him have it.
Fuck it.
What did you say? There's only one? What was your tweet?
I go, hey, Scott, there's only one Darling in St. Louis, bud, and that was me.
Yeah. Peeler loved it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I mean, who says
you and
that?
Peeler are fucking Blues homers, too. Hey, Peeler, I'm calling you out, you fucking Blues homer. Hey, you're a homer, Peeler.
You're damn right.
Blues are 11-11. What do you think?
I think they're all right.
They're all right.
I think they're going to be fine.
They're hanging tough.
I think there's a couple moves to be made, but I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Patty Kane, I don't know, Updog. It must be nice for him to sit back and just, see where he wants to go. So, curfew calls, baby. Curfew calls. Updog, you're the better reader. And you know what? I got a new job for you. You should call Jerry Johansson, see if you get some voiceover.
Jerry Joe, yeah.
Voiceover jobs.
Really?
Yeah, Kevin Connolly said it was the best job he ever had, being the voiceover Best Buy guy.
I know, but maybe they knew his voice too, right?
Well, I'll give it a couple of years here, buddy. Give it a couple of years.
I'll put it out there.
Curfew calls, fella. Curfew calls.
Okay, this is from John Schlettsky. Did he get a 6 out of 10 rating? Anyone see what he looks like, or do you see that?
I think that's the date, isn't it, Maxie?
No, that's my rating scale for how I decide like which ones we're going to pick and which ones we don't.
Oh, look at that. Okay, we got a rating scale.
Yeah,
Was I supposed to give that away?
No,
I'll tell you what, Updog, nothing wrong with the 6.
Okay, so Johnny, you got a 6 out of 10 in Max's book here on this one. But
hey, Johnny, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with the 6 on the road, Johnny. Nothing wrong with the 6 on the road, fella.
He goes, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest watching the Portland Winterhawks and the Kamloops Blazers battle. Solid men's league backup now, though. Question for the fellas. When you have a scrap in a National League, or when you have a scrap in the National League and your bucket was knocked off, it cannot be National League to remove it yourself on the way to the box. No.
I hear what he's saying. So if my helmet doesn't go off,
then you rip it off on the way to the box.
Well, I've taken it off and you fucking spin it.
You fucking spin it.
You spin it, which is a meat stick move, which Brian Burke lit me up for a few times in my career. Yeah, you could take your bucket off.
Totally.
You take your bucket off.
Well, first of all, I don't know if he knows this rule, but you're not allowed to take your bucket off before a fight.
No, you're not.
But back in the day, when he and I and you and, you know, the men back in the day, you used to take your bucket off when you fought.
Yeah.
So you didn't break your hand on a guy's visor or whatever, cut your hand up. Now you can't, or you're actually just fucking disqualified.
I think the lines would jump right in, right? If you take the bucket off.
So yes, if your helmet stays on after the fight, you can rip it off, launch it.
Well, I'll tell you, how do you say his last name? Schletzley? No, that's not right. Schletz. This is what you do, because usually your helmet's all fucked up after a fight, even if it doesn't fall off. It's this, your chin strap. So you just take it off while you go to the box. And if you dust the guy real good, then you just undo your chin strap when you go to the box, right? I fucking dusted them, boys. What are you looking at? But your helmet's usually fucked up, so you take it off, let the linie pick it up, fix your hair a bit, look at the crowd. Hopefully it gets you laid. So yeah, you do take your bucket off. It is National League.
This is funny, but in a line brawl one time we were in Moose Jaw. Saskatchewan. Our whole team was hurt, but it was basically one fight after another. So I line up out there. Nathan Page, who was my teammate at under 18s, and then
D-man,
like great player. He's looking at me. He's like, "We're going." I'm like, "Yeah." So I take my bucket off and I start throwing the hair back before the fight.
Smart,
right? Get it out of the face. I put the mouth guard in, make sure the mouth guard was in, and do the hair back. We had a little tussle. It was a good time. All right, good question.
It's a good question, but to answer your question, John, yeah, you can take your own bucket off. Don't spin it like I did as a meathead, because GMs and coaches don't love it, but take it off, fix the hair. After all, we're out there trying to get laid. That's why we're playing the game. So, Oshawa Wolf, you want to write it? You want to read this one? It's a two-parter.
Fellas.
You got 8 out of 10, by the way.
Oshawa Wolf back again with another Missin Curfew, 2-part question. And to answer Obi's question from episode 125, we've done 125 episodes.
We've done more than that, I think.
Wow. Yes, I am from Oshawa, he says. Or as Obi calls it, the dirty, dirty Shaw.
Schwa.
The Schwa.
Yeah, the dirty, dirty Schwa.
Question 1. Every NHL team usually has a few on-ice leaders that all young players look up to. When you were both fresh-faced rookies and experiencing road trips for the first time, who were your favorite off-ice leaders for a night out on the town?
Great question.
You go first.
Off-ice leaders. I was kind of leading myself, I got to be honest with you. But
where was this again? It was in Anaheim.
Anaheim. I'm going to say, we had such a great team. I'm going to say Sean O'Donnell. Sean O'Donnell, he took me some places my rookie year under his wing where, hey, kid, let's go for dinner. Let's go for a couple beers, but we're going to be back at the hotel at a decent hour. You don't need to be out running the roads all hours of the night. So early on in my young career, it was Odie. He'd take me for a nice dinner or go to one of his favorite places he went to, and I was home for curfew.
Nice.
Which didn't last very long after that. And then other than that, it was me, Corey Perry, Dustin Penner, and we were just hard charging.
I like my roommate back in my first year was Jason Beef York.
Wow.
Beef Yorkie.
Yorkie.
He was a beauty, man. This guy, he liked the road more than anyone. So it was him. I like to go out with Clark Willem was a beauty.
Played hard.
Yeah, played hard. Brought me to a few, underground spots. Yeah, in
sneaky veteran places.
Hartsey was great to go on the road with.
What do you call him? Bird Dog?
Bird Dog. You know what I'm talking about.
I got to give a shout out to my first NHL roommate too, Ian Moran. He's my first roommate. Dropped the bags, opened the mini bar. Here's a beer, kid. So I got to give him some credit too. He didn't go out much. He was more of a, like I said, open the mini bar, catch a buzz, go to dinner, shut her down. But he's my first roommate, Ian Moran. Great dude.
Question 2. Sky Sports used to do a feature where they would ask Premiership football players questions about their teammates. Best dresser, worst taste in music, etc. The last question always used to make me laugh. Can you both recall which teammate in your career was the longest in the shower, if you know what I mean?
Oh, Long Dong Silver. I know it wasn't me. I don't know who it was, but I know I wasn't leading that category.
Longest in the shower.
Yeah, who had the biggest wrench?
Oh, I mean, I think we talked about this a few times on here already.
I mean, I just know the guy that you guys all used to talk about, right? Kartsy had the biggest wrench. Yeah. That's who I always heard had the biggest wrench going around.
Jimmy Mack.
Yes, I heard him too. It was just...
I mean...
I'll tell you what, and all the guys I play with in Finland, they all had ropes. I don't know what the fuck reason was.
Switzerland too.
They all just had ropes. I was like, Jesus.
Something in the water over
I don't know, but I was like fluffing it up a little bit before I got in there. Hey, but
you wouldn't even stand a chance, so you're not even coming close.
I'll scrape the sides, bud? I'll scrape the sides, fella. So, Maxie, do we have a curfew call or is that?
We got a couple calls, yeah. Here's
Okay.
the first one here. Second time caller here.
Fellas, RJ Park here. You might know me as banging nines and doing lines. As RJ Parle. Now the joke in the dressing room is every time I get in one, RJ Parle's out. Well, anyways, tonight, RJ Parle's out. I got a little story here. So I got a buddy who's an absolute 10, just a stud, a man missile. And one day we're at the bar and he went to go put his arm around a girl and absolutely hit her right in the fucking snout. And I was like, that's game over. But he recovered pretty well. He did good for himself. So my question is, have you guys ever had a guy who's just an absolute beauty, but absolutely zero wheels? Thanks, fellas. Let me know.
Absolute
The zero wheel deals.
I didn't hang around many guys that didn't have zero.
They didn't fit the model.
I was a team guy, but when I had my chances to go on the road, like I grabbed my one guy and I went, like, I'm not gonna be. I wasn't the guy that said, hey, let's have the whole team come out. I know you were more that guy. To me, when the game was over and I had a night to go mix it, I needed one or two guys. Let's fucking go and let's get in one and see what we can get our paws on. I will say one of the worst displays I've ever seen, and this guy just won a Stanley Cup. Eric Johnson at a rookie party at Teddy's in the Roosevelt. He was doing this dance move where he was like backing girls in, and I just kind of went over to him and I said, fella, less is more here. Just kind of sit down in the corner. I know you're all excited. So Eric Johnson was probably one of the worst displays I've seen. Sorry, EJ, I love you, buddy. I know you matured and you just won a Stanley Cup, and but it was a tough outing at Teddy's. It was a tough outing.
It's so funny you remember that.
It's hard to forget.
Yeah, that's
hard
true.
to forget.
That's true. Everyone has their different style, different game. The ones that just smile and sit back. I don't need to name names, but you just say something. It's always nice when you add to the process, other than just sitting there and smiling.
I would say it's my boy Stu Bickle in San Diego. I told him that. I'm like, Bix, you're so good looking that you don't even have to talk.
Yeah.
All right. Just
sit
here and look like fucking a poor man's Tom Brady, and it's gonna, things will fall on our lap here. So
yeah, but
Bix just had to sit there and smile, and girls loved him.
Yeah.
He was good looking.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Some guys got it. Some guys got it all for not.
Is there anyone
that
had just? There's a couple guys I can think of, but I don't want to sue them here.
Yeah, we're not here to sue anybody.
We're not here to sue anybody.
Square wheels. What's the next one, Max?
Yeah, next one, please.
We got another one here.
What's up, boys? It's Cole from Minnesota. Little Saturday grind going on here. In some overtime before I go home and fire away in a few cocktails, a few nose gears. Upshaw, had a question about Peter Nedved. I heard a story on another podcast that he walked past his hotel room and he was just going to pound town on someone, getting a little pregame kill. I'm sure you might know something about that. And kind of wanted you to touch on that. It'd be a great story to hear. Thanks, boys. Love the pod. And Upshaw and the Philly Flyers. Shout out to Gina Love.
What was that beauty's name?
That was Cole from Minnesota.
Cole, you're a fucking beauty. Text me if you're ever at Newport, bud.
So if he's...
What was he saying? Nedved was getting one out before the game?
If he's hearing the same story I did, it wasn't me who walked past the room, but not pregame skate. You're going to the first bus.
Early bus. I was never an early bus guy.
Hour before the second bus.
Yeah.
The rumor was that they walked past his room and they just, you're obviously like, wow, that's Ned's room right there. You hear this going to town. In fact, Bob Menery just tweeted something yesterday. I saw it was pretty funny.
I'm sure that's happened to you too, because that's happened to me throughout my career, right?
You just hear, but not right before the match.
Not right before the match, but you go the next day, they're like, what room are you in? I was like, 409, bud. Why? They're like, holy fuck, keep her down over there.
Yeah. Well,
so I'm sure that's happened to you.
Thin.
And they always put us on the same floor. I always wondered why put us all on the same floor, right? Spread us out a little bit here, especially if you're
camaraderie.
You're trying to sneak in. You're like, I guess that's what I was thinking. I'm missing curfew. I'm trying to get in. There's fucking 20 guys staying on my floor. You always want to know where the coach was staying, though, right?
You do,
What floor
yeah.
was the coach on?
Yeah. Don't ever, get that banged up that you're losing your room key and having to get another one and accidentally knocking on your coach's door. That's happened before to a few guys.
So Nedved like to get the legs going even before the first bus there. Get a little...
Just,
Talk
go
about
to the game light.
Fuck, I don't think I could fucking then go play. In fact, I know I couldn't.
Just not in your...
Well, I did it a couple times when,
You have a nap
when I was in Calgary, my girlfriend at the time would come up and I would try to get through a pregame nap without doing it. And then sure enough, I couldn't. Lucky I only played 6 minutes because I go for warm up. I was like, fuck, I am just got no jump.
What if you weren't in what if you were kind of struggling, you're in a little bit of a slump and you needed to do something different? Would that be one of them that you do?
I probably would have tried to go out for a slump buster the night before, right? If I'm playing bad, I'll go out the night before, try to get one done, get a good night's sleep. Here we go.
What happens if there was, say the one girl that you had lined up, just, she couldn't make it the night before, but she had an open afternoon and it was before the game. Would you? Or would you turn it down because you're like, no, I'm a professional?
I wouldn't probably turn it down. No.
I know you.
I wouldn't turn it down.
But you might be late for the game.
I wouldn't be on the first bus. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't be on the second bus. So Curfew Calls up, dog. Love it. Love the boys calling in there.
Of course.
It's great. Couple
beauties. Second time callers.
Long time listener, second time caller now instead of first time caller. But speaking of first times here, up, dog. Big news at Missin Curfew, fella.
Wow, huge.
Something that me and you've talked about since, I don't know, probably our 30th episode of, doing the show. It'd be fun to do, a men's league tournament, we thought, right? Like, how could we do it?
Yeah, we've spitballed a bunch of ideas.
And we've come up with one.
We sure have.
It's called the Missin Curfew Cup. It's going to be March 23rd to the 26th. In one of our favorite cities, up, dog. Where's it going to be?
Las Vegas, baby.
Wow, I can't believe
Las Vegas.
Another reason to go to Vegas. I don't know if it's not good for my wallet and it's not good for my lifestyle, but man, it's going to be fun, Uppy. It's going to be fun.
Share some of this excitement, fella.
It's going to be at City National Arena, the official practice facility of the Vegas Golden Knights, up, dog. It's National League, 2 pads, bar upstairs. It's a sick venue.
Professional dressing rooms. I mean, you're getting dressed and leaving your gear at the thing. We got 16 total teams. We're going to do 2 different...
2 divisions.
2 divisions. One's the National League division for you boys that want to spice it up.
Yeah. For you guys that think you're National Leaguers, let us know.
Leaguer. And then we're going to call the other one what?
Just the Jungle.
The Jungle League.
Just the Jungle. I've played in both leagues, the National League and the Jungle. 8 teams in both divisions, like you said, up, dog. 4-on-4 format, which the up, dog... you love that 4-on-4 hockey, baby. So it's going to be 4-on-4.
A little extra time with the puck on your stick, eh? Not so much grinding out there.
Yeah, little turns back.
Get some open ice.
12 players on your team. And this is important for you boys out there. 3 15-minute running clock periods, stoppage with the last 2 minutes of each period. And another little rule that the up, dog came up with, penalties will be?
Penalty shots.
Love it.
What else?
Love it. All games will be streamed on Live Barn. NHL Network coverage of the event, up, dog.
Buddy, she's a National League setup.
She's a National League setup.
She's a National League setup. 5
games guaranteed. Puck drop scheduled party will be Thursday, March 23rd. There'll be a shaker on Saturday, the throwdown party, Saturday, March 25th. Like you said, full laundry service. Pick your gear up at the airport. Keep your gear in the room. On-site trainers, up, dog.
Massage. Everything.
And then for you boys like me that after a match, you want to just put the feet up, there will be an on-site players lounge with food and beverages, TVs. March Madness will be going on. It's right beside the bar.
March Madness going on in Vegas.
It's
the Sweet 16, baby.
Team swag bag. Every team member will get warm-up shells, socks, a jersey, and more. Right, up, dog?
Yeah, buddy. It's we're excited. This is a full-on... What this is a professional tournament.
This is professional, boys.
And it's the inaugural one. It's going to be... You don't want to miss it.
I'm telling you, me and Uppy have talked about it a long time. You know how we talk about National League stuff. We got our boy A-Hall that's run the NBA Summer League in Vegas, who's dialed. Hall Pass Media will be there. Everything will be shot. There will be National Leaguers in attendance. Lupul is already confirmed. There'll be many more boys hanging out. It's in Vegas. It's going to be National League, up, dog.
So your team registration application will be available on a new website that we just have, missincurfewcup.com. That's MISSIN curfewcup.com.
Yeah, well said. And there will be an MVP for on the ice, and more importantly, there will be an MVP
off the ice.
Missin Curfew Cup, up, dog. I'm excited about it. It's going to be National League, buddy. So great show.
Sure is. Great show.
Good stuff in it. Studio looks great.
Yeah,
Max
boys,
and Binger.
Binger, yeah. Hell of a job, boys.
Great job, fellas.
Look at that stocking. You had reindeer coming out of there.
Look at that guy.
I like that. It's Canadian moose.
You already got your Christmas tree, haven't you? You were up at 7. You are just a crazy animal sometimes.
I got
You're
the
up
new,
at 7 o'clock getting your Christmas tree on
they
Black
only
Friday?
had 13 of the silver tips. So I got a silver tip. 9-footer. She's already got all the lights on.
Do yourself a favor. Bring your beautiful daughter over to the Bay Club and let her walk through the lobby right now if you want to see.
Oh, it's nice, eh?
There's a gingerbread house that's bigger than my house that took the guy 30 hours to make.
Wow.
I mean, the Balboa Bay Club. Bring Izzy over. We'll take her for a walk through there.
Yeah, the Christmas party's coming up there.
CDM Christmas walks this Sunday.
Sunday?
In Corona Del Mar. So,
Wow.
yeah.
How are you?
But studio looks great. Up
Awesome.
Dog, awesome time. That was Missin Curfew, fella.